guys, it's Sav here. In this video, I'm going to show you guys a very highly requested video. I'm going to show you guys how to make Kreung, aka lemongrass paste, and it is the base of all things Cambodian food related. I never did it because there are a lot of good videos out there, good tutorials. If you guys haven't checked out, no, scratch that. I know you guys are watching Berny and his mom and his YouTube channel called Mom's Cambodian Recipes. And honestly, if I need to reference something, I go there. And I know you guys are watching it, but you gotta show your love by subscribing. It shows them that people are watching and they're enjoying it so much that they want to subscribe so that they can always keep updated with their newest recipes and tutorials. So make sure you subscribe to them if you haven't done so already. So this is my recipe for Kreung. You know what? I'm going to say my recipe, but most of the Kreung recipes are pretty similar. They're all pretty much the same, give or take a few things, more or less of something that you don't like, what you do like. So I'm going to show you guys the things that you will need for this tutorial. These are the items that you will need for your Kreung, aka lemongrass paste. You will need 2 large chili pods. You need the big ones. They come dried in a bag and you let them soak for a good couple of hours and then just until they're softened. And I'm going to remove the stems here and then cut them in half, cut them open and remove the seeds and then finally chop this. You also need 1 small shallot chopped. These 2 are actually optional. Sometimes I don't use this. If I don't have it, I won't use the large chili pods, which I think are mainly used for color. And this one here, the shallots, I love the taste of shallots in this. I like to use shallots if I have it. If I remember to pick some up, I will get it. And I will tell you why and show you why I like to use this in the recipe later. And you will definitely need lemongrass paste. You need your lemongrass. Here, we're going to trim these. We're going to trim these off about here and then finally chop that. You will need some lime leaves. And the rule of thumb for me, usually I use about 10 small leaves, but some of these are pretty large, see? So I actually ended up using, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I use 6 in this recipe. You will need half a bulb of garlic. You will need some galangal. I'm not going to use all this. You will need some salt and some turmeric. So here are my lime leaves or kaffir lime leaves. And you want to make sure that you remove this inner part here. And all you have to do is just pull it away, tear it away just like that. Flip it over and do the other side. And it should tear off pretty easily. See? So this is the part you need to remove. You do not need this. It's really tough and it's going to be harder to chop as well. So there's one piece. So now you just want to bunch them all up. You kind of want to stack them just like this. So after you stacked your lime leaves, you want to roll it up. See? Okay. Now that's done. So here's how much galangal I'm going to be using. I usually use 1 whole fistful of galangal. This is the only thing that I weighed. I think everything else kind of really doesn't matter how much more or less that you use. But this is about 29 grams of galangal. And then you just want to kind of chop it up a little bit. So that's done. I'm going to place this aside. Okay, so right now I'm just finishing up chopping up my lemongrass. This lemongrass paste or Kreung is very popular in the Cambodian community. It is used as the base of almost every Khmer dish. You know, a lot of Cambodian dishes are actually pretty easy to make. I think anyways, but I try not to make a lot of Cambodian dishes because you know what? I just love it too much, and there's no way that I can get away with just eating 1 plate of rice. I always have to get a 2-plate minimum, and I'm trying to watch my carb intake, so I try not to eat it that much. I know that sounds kind of shady, but it's true. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, then you probably saw the video or the clip with like I had a little piece of garlic stuck to my veins, and it was such an eyesore. It was literally there for half of the video, and I wouldn't have otherwise redone it, but I went ahead and I asked the most wisest and smartest person that I knew, my 8-year-old daughter, and I asked her, should I redo the video? Does it bother you? And she watched it and she goes, yeah, Mom. I can't stop staring at the garlic in your head, so I had to redo it. Anyways, which is good because in the first clip or at the beginning of the video, I tell you to use a shallot because it makes the kreung really wet, so you don't have to really smash it in a mortar and pestle. But today I don't have a shallot. Again, I'm redoing the video, didn't know I was going to have to do that. So I'm going to show you that you actually do have to use a mortar if you're not using shallots, because the shallots give you kind of the wetness that makes the kreung more of a paste. So without that, I'm going to actually use the food processor first, and then I'm going to dump the ingredients into a mortar and begin to smash it, because when you smash it, the lemongrass gets bruised and it releases some of that natural liquid, and it makes your kreung or lemongrass more like a paste instead of dry. Because if you were to do this all in a blender, then you have to actually use a little bit of water, and I don't like to add water because the water will actually, I think, water down the ingredients, and just you won't get that really nice smell of the lemongrass and the lime leaves. And so you definitely should do it this way if you're not using shallots, okay? So I'll show you guys how to do that. Okay, so I have everything here that I'm going to need today. I have my food processor, and here is my mortar and pestle. You're going to need that as well. So first I'm going to start by adding in my really dry ingredients into my food processor. So which means my lemongrass. And you don't want to add your garlic in just yet. So I'm going to do my lemongrass and my galangal, and the reason why you want to do these first or pulse these first is because you really want to give time for the lemongrass and galangal to be fully finely chopped or finely minced in there. Oh, I forgot my lime leaves. Can't forget that. That looks good. So now I'm going to go ahead and add in my red chili, and I'm also going to add in some salt, about a 1/4 teaspoon, and also my turmeric. You can use fresh turmeric if you want, but I never have any. So I'm going to use about 1/2 teaspoon, and I'm going to pulse one more time. Now I'm going to take my mixture and I'm going to put it in my mortar. Now I'm just going to mash this again. As you're smashing it, you're releasing a lot of those natural juices within your lemongrass and your galangal, and it's going to help create more of a paste. But like I said before, if you're doing this all in a food processor, if you use shallots, it gets pretty wet already, and it makes a really nice paste for you too. But if I'm being honest, half the time I use shallots, half the times I don't. Depends on if I want to spend the money on it or not. I do love the taste of shallots in the kreung. I think it adds another depth of flavor. But doing it this way is really the best way to release all that flavor. It is just delicious. Now I'm going to add my garlic, and I'm just going to mash all of this together, and we'll be done. Pretty easy. And we're done. All I did was I placed my kreung into this mason jar. You can use whatever jar you have. Make sure you guys check back in a few days, maybe next week, for my bahok thief tutorial. A lot of you guys have been asking for that, which is like a spicy pork dip with this lemongrass paste used as the base of it, along with, of course, bahok. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching. Bye!